A song for Jin-Wai,
An invitation to a party.
said Jin-Wai very unhappily, and handed his father a sealed envelope from the American school he studied in. Mr. Fong beamed without noticing his son's expression.
I wrote the invitation myself.
Said Jin-Wai.
Teacher told me what to write.
How nice, said Mr. Fong, breaking the seal of the letter.
How nice!
Echoed Mrs. Fong as she touched the letter. She couldn't read English, but joined in the happiness of the family. Mr. Fong translated it for her and said that their honourable selves were requested to be present at a pageant of all nations, to be held at 2 o'clock next Wednesday at the American school, 3 blocks away. Mrs. Fong nodded her head happily. It was the first invitation to attend a party that she had received since the Fong family had moved last summer from Chinatown to this faraway city called the Bronx. That was a social triumph. There was more pleasure in receiving an invitation than attending it. Hing, the 4-year-old baby brother of Jin-Wai, was the happiest. He had not yet learnt to control his emotions in the Chinese way and cried,
Party, party!
excitedly. The invitation, however, neither pleased nor delighted Jin-Wai. It terrified him. When his father asked for more details, he knew he had to be truthful. As instructed by his father, he knew the 5 principles of filial duty by heart. A disobedient son made a father lose face, so he folded his hands in his lap and spoke resignedly with downcast eyes.
Wednesday is a day of celebration for my teacher. A feast.
Asked his mother.
No, honourable mother, a celebration, but we don't eat. All winter long my teacher has been teaching us songs and dances. Now she wants to celebrate our achievements and invite our honourable parents to celebrate with her. She is proud of us and wants to make our parents proud too. How nice!
Murmured Mrs. Fong.
My teacher says there is more to it than we really understand. This is a great big free country now, but it wasn't always so. People from many different nations have come here with many different ideas. Now we all belong to the same nation and sing songs like one big happy family.
Mr. Fong became very thoughtful. Jin-Wai paused too. He hated telling his father that his teacher had said that each child should come dressed in the costume of his own country. But say it he did.
I don't think it is a very good idea,
he added. Mr. Fong frowned. A man should never be ashamed of the dress of his country. How could Jin-Wai explain that he was the only Chinese boy in class and did not want to be different? He longed to be like his friends, playing the games they played and speak like them. One day after school he had tried it, and stepping up to a group of boys said,
Howdy.
The boys had turned, looked at him and said,
Hi, Chink.
Then they all began to yell,
Chink, chink, chink.
He had fled far away from the sounds, wiped his tears, and never tried to be one of them again. When they called him Chink, he did not let them see that it was hurting him. And here his father was saying how nice it would be to wear a Chinese costume at an American celebration. What could he do? While he stood deliberating, to his utter horror, his father said, Take Jin Hing, your younger brother, to the school party. He will have a new experience. Jin-Wai went to bed with a heavy heart and was unable to sleep peacefully that night. His father had spoken, and he could not disappoint either his father or his brother. It was the first burden placed upon him, and he decided to go through with it without any complaint. But the next day he felt differently. He wished he was not Chinese, but looked like others in his class. Time flew by, and Wednesday arrived all too soon.
Why do you think Jin-Wai wished that he was like his other classmates?
She had packed away and dressed him and his brother. His father stopped his work at the laundry to help. Now, all ready in his black stockings, black satin shoes, silk trousers bound at the ankles, and a blue blouse, he stood ready. He kept quiet as his father made him wear a long gown that scholars wore, and he literally squirmed as a black round cap with a button on the top was fitted on his head. "You will bring me honor," said Mr. Fong, and both he and his wife waved as the boys walked down to school. Looking to neither left nor right, Jin-Wai dragged his brother, who was finding it difficult to keep pace with him. Reaching his school, he quickly sat in his place. When they were going to the assembly hall, his teacher saw him.
"Why, Jin-Wai?"
she said, excitedly.
"I didn't know you were planning to come all dressed up. Oh, your brother is so cute. We'll have to think of something for you to do."
There, she hadn't even expected him. He wouldn't have been missed if he had not come. He should have stayed away. But now it was too late. The program began. Some popular tunes were played. Then group by group, students went up on stage to perform, and the orchestra played a few bars of their national anthem. 5 Scottish boys danced in kilts to the tune of "The Campbells Are Coming." Jin-Wai felt consoled. The others were wearing skirts too. A group of Italian children sang folk songs. Some Finnish boys did a drill, while the Spanish boys and girls danced to clicking castanets. So it went on till it was his turn. He heard his teacher saying,
"I didn't expect them, so I didn't rehearse anything. I don't even know the Chinese anthem, but I don't want to disappoint him." What do you think the teacher would make Jin-Wai do? Want to disappoint him. What do you...
His teacher asked him to come up and walk with the others on stage to show how nice he looked in his national dress. At this crucial moment, the pride of centuries of a race of proud ancestors came to Jin-Wai's heart. He knew what to do.
Play the Yankee Doodle,
he said proudly.
I know that tune.
So Yankee Doodle was played as Jin-Wai marched up on the stage holding his brother's hand. He bowed, and his brother folded his hands and bowed too. Then Jin-Wai took one step forward and felt happy that he was wearing his silken Chinese costume. He proudly recited something in Chinese, while the audience listened, surprised but pleased. He then saw his teacher coming up on stage.
The prize this afternoon for the best costume and the best performance by unanimous choice goes to Jin-Wai Fong. Come here, Jin-Wai.
There was a loud burst of applause from the audience as Jin-Wai stepped forward, holding his brother's hand.
What was it that you said in Chinese? She asked. I recited the 5 principles of filial duty by Confucius. It says, one should always obey one's parents and do exactly as they say, even though it may not always seem to be the best thing.
There were loud cheers from the audience as the words touched everyone's heart. He had interpreted it so meaningfully that the audience applauded him again. Then the teacher handed him the prize, a beautiful book of pictures. Jin-Wai bowed low.
Present?
Asked Hing. For a moment, Jin-Wai paused, then handed the book to his brother. He had truly made no effort of his own to earn a prize today. He had just been himself. He felt proud that his father had not lost face because of him. Jin-Wai smiled happily as he took his place with his classmates. The American flag was unfurled, and all the children sang the Star-Spangled Banner.
Hi, kid,
said the boy next to Jin-Wai, and his heart thumped loudly. This was the first friendly word he had heard in school.
Why did Jin-Wai find hi, kid friendlier than hi, chink? Why did Jin-Wai find hi, kid friendlier than He did not feel like an outsider anymore, even in his Chinese costume. Carl Glick.